Good afternoon, Facebook. It's Mike Roman here from the Be Our Guest podcast. We're having our first Friday Disney happy hour. We're going to be here for the next 30 minutes talking about today's podcast, getting some feedback from you, the listener, and the viewer here live on Facebook. So please do share it out that you're tuned in. We're going to wrap up this work week the right way by talking some Disney. And today, the topic is your best tips for touring World Showcase. So when you spend time over at Epcot, you head back to the back of the park, which I call social studies. What are your best tips for seeing the most of World Showcase? You heard our take on it earlier today on the Be Our Guest podcast, episode 1206. But now it is your turn. So as we do here quickly at the top of the shows, tell us who's in the room. We'll put you up on the screen. Where are you watching from? We have Dennis is tuned in. Paige, good afternoon, Paige. Vicky, TGIF. Jody, happy Friday to you. Thanks for tuning in. We got a full house here, so let us know again where you're tuned in, and we'll get talking about Epcot's World Showcase here for the next 30 minutes live on Facebook. Joining me today again, she's my co-host from yesterday. We have Mallory.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hope everybody's having a good Friday. What have we done so far today?
We threw the aerobie and just had Culvers with my mom.
We had some Culvers with Mom for lunch since the kids haven't come back yet, and we played aerobie in the front yard.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Haley.
Little Haley. All right, just got back from Disney Springs.
What was that?
Something just fell. We'll fix it. No big deal. All right, so we have Allison tuned in. Dave, just put your headphones back on. Happy Friday to Lucas. 11 days to go, and he'll be down at Walt Disney World. You're almost there, buddy. Hey, Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Derek's up there. Derek's always here with us. We appreciate that so much. Freeport, Maine. Cheryl, let's get everybody in here real quick. Jerry Hills, New Jersey. Tina, happy Friday. TGIF. Kristen, Blacksburg, Virginia Tech. The Hoax. Hello to you. Hi, Mallory, says Cheryl.
Hi.
Joanne's tuned in. She's working in her closet. That's not fun, I'd imagine. See here, we have Joanne Hill over in the UK having an evening barbecue and listening to you guys. Hey, isn't that awesome, Mallory? The people are watching us in the United Kingdom over in England. Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you have a shirt on that came to you from the United Kingdom, correct? Is
From
that it? No, it's the
Malcolm.
gray one from Malcolm.
No, I have this. He gave me too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so that's from our friend Malcolm over in the UK. Very good. That's a sweet little shirt there. All right, so best tips. Let's put them up here on the screen. Best tips for going through World Showcase. We're only going to be here for about 30 minutes of these Friday afternoon happy hours. We know you're busy, but we want to get some feedback on today's show. So put them up on the screen. We'll read them. We are going to have a new project coming out here with the Be Our Guest podcast soon, and we're going to be using this stuff for that. Nicole says, plan a fullish day. We head over at lunchtime and eat a quick service. Then we take time to explore and meander through all the countries, shops, films, etc. in each. Close with Illuminations. We do Future World on another day. So that is a really good tip to split Future World and World Showcase if you have the time. Now, we know some people don't have the time. Maybe you only have one day dedicated to Epcot. So then you're going to have to maybe do Future World in the morning and World Showcase early afternoon into the evening. But it's a great place to end. As Nicole said, Illuminations, best fireworks show on property. Do not want to miss that one. Megan says, hello, Mike and Mallory. Happy Friday. It's Fuent Day here in Florissant, Missouri. So you know where I'll be heading in just a little bit. Paige says, take your time. Explore every nook and cranny. You never know what you'll find. Kind of sounds like a Forrest Gump saying there. Scenic picture spot, a store with great finds, and out-of-the-way eatery and characters. Very good tip, Paige. That's why I like having these quick shows, because I love hearing your ideas, and those are great for somebody that's looking to head down to World Showcase for the first time or just looking for something they've been missing the last couple of trips. So let me ask Mallory real quick. Mallory, what do you like to do in World Showcase? One of your favorite things?
I like to go to Japan.
So Japan's your favorite country?
Yes, but now it's kind of a letdown because they got rid of the pickles and the mochi cheese, and they kind of redid their whole store, which was sad, and that was my favorite part. Explain
what pickles is, because people might think there's something to eat. So in Japan, you got pickles, you and Emily.
The thing is, I don't like pickles to food. Pickles is a frog. It's like a stuffed animal frog, and first Emily had hers. So I was wondering, what do they like? Are there other ones and stuff? So they're frogs, and they're from Japan, and they have little name tags that say Pickles the Frog, and his name is Pickles, and there's a whole collection of them, like big ones, like from this big, like this big. There's really big ones, but then these big ones, then miniatures, and then small ones. So me and Emily have those too, and they're really cool.
And the funny thing about that is over the years, Paige's favorite country because of the shopping was Japan. Now it's Mallory's. I think kids really like the unique anime type stuff they have in Japan. I know Hannah, that was always her favorite, still is. Like Mallory said, they used to have the Monchichis, which was a rage in the 80s here in the States, but they did sell them, up until very recently in the store in Japan. And the kids, Pam had them when she was a kid. Now she can, introduce that to her kids, which was kind of fun.
We actually have a big one down here somewhere.
We do somewhere. Cheryl says, to be sure to see everything each country has to offer, don't just breeze through. Easier said than done, though, Cheryl. I totally agree with you. I mean, talk to the cast members, really explore the architecture. That tour that I went on last month was incredible because it forced that. It was a 5-hour walking tour of World Showcase, but that's great advice. It's just being disciplined enough to actually slow down. Sherry down in Orlando says, happy Friday. We'll be at Epcot tonight. Go to Soarin' first, then do World Showcase. Check. Very good. Have a good night, Sherry. Hopefully it's cooling down there. It's only 75 here today. It's gorgeous in St. Louis. Steve says, go early and counterclockwise. Hit up the attractions World Showcase at the end as they don't get as crowded. Good tip. So start in the UK and work the other way around. I always start in Mexico because I got to have my Mexican food. Wherever there's nachos, I go first. Vicky's exactly right. Don't rush. But man, is that hard on a Disney vacation because you have X amount of hours, X amount of days, and you want to see it all. But you're right. When you don't rush, sit down, listen to the background loops, explore the train set in Germany, stuff like that. Those galleries, like in the American Adventure Pavilion, maybe back in China or Japan. That's seeing World Showcase as it's meant to be seen, which many, many times I skip all that, which is a shame. Derek says, agreed. I can spend a whole day in World Showcase plus more reason to do lunch and dinner there. Some of the best dining at Walt Disney World is in World Showcase. You have places like Via Napoli for some really good pizza, and it's not super expensive. I would say a decent value for a table service is the Beer Garden in Germany. Communal style seating, but great foods, lots of meats. If you're a big brats person or wursts and different kinds of potatoes and stuff, very good. And they have an entertainment because they have the band, the Oompa band there, so very fun. Kyle says we did eat around the world one year. The following year we just did dessert around the world, and they just arrived at Walt Disney World today. So Kyle, have fun, buddy. Enjoy it down there for me and let us know how it goes. I think it's a great idea. Mallory, we should try this sometime. Maybe get a dessert at every country as we go around because that wouldn't fill you up too much. It probably would, but we had a good dessert in France this last time. What we have in France, remember?
Elizabeth told me to try, and I forgot what it's called. It's like a black, cake, I think.
The macaroon back in, is that what you had? I think it was.
Macaroon. Me and Emily split this brown cake, it had pudding too in it, I guess.
I can't remember. Yeah, but we had the, I can't even pronounce it, but the ice cream back in France. Very good. Nicole says her kids love Japan too, so it must be a kid's thing. Hey, Evelyn, thanks for tuning in up in Nova Scotia. What country is Nova Scotia in? Social studies lesson for Mallory before she goes back to school.
Africa.
No, Canada. Africa's a continent. Or you forgot. No, it's Canada. Okay.
Canada. I love Canada.
Tracy says hello, and she's over in Wales, over by the UK. She'll be in Epcot in just 2 weeks. All right. Man, you guys are all getting close to your trips. I love this.
Make bacon.
There you go. Sherry says to try and enjoy all the country. So much food. We just had Culver's, so we're not too hungry today, so we're lucky. Nikki's also chiming in. Japan is her kid's favorite, too. I'm telling you. I think maybe I'm the generation before that got on the train with all the Japanese animation and anime and all that Japanese culture stuff, but definitely people younger than me because Hannah is crazy for it. Paige likes it, and most kids do too.
I like at Japan where they have the oysters and you can get pearls.
Yeah, pick a pearl. We always love that. And it's not so much just the pearl tea experience because they play the drum and, almost lost our camera, and do all kinds of fun stuff, right?
Yeah, they're like, cha-cha.
Yeah.
Cha.
That's right. Cha-cha. All right. Nicole again says, go behind and around. You can't go anywhere you're not allowed. I've seen so many assume they can't go in places such as the back of Morocco or down in Canada where the waterfall is. That's right. On our tour, we spent some time up in the very back of Canada. Very beautiful to see that waterfall. And I think very few people go up there. It'd be a great place to take a break if you're looking to get away from the crowds or say you have a child that needs to get away from the crowds because they're getting overstimulated or something like that, Canada would be a great respite back up there. Also, let's see, where else? Japan, you can really explore back there. Besides the gallery, the exhibit gallery, that store area goes way deep. So head back and explore. You're right. I mean, they'll tell you if you're in the wrong place, but if it's open, you can go there. Sherry, thank you so much for mentioning Voices of Liberty, because we haven't really talked about live entertainment in World Showcase too much. And Voices of Liberty are some of the most talented singers I've ever heard. And it makes you proud to be an American when they belt out those classic kind of colonial American songs. And then sometimes you'll have, you also have the American Music Machine. I think that's what they're called. They'd do some more current stuff. So that's pretty cool. You know who we like? Oh, well, let's get Mike Bankhead in here. Best experiences when staying at Epcot Resort where you can stroll over and go back and forth at your convenience. I agree, Mike. Captain of the Be Our Guest podcast, Lizard's right there. Keeps us all running and staying healthy. But Mike is exactly right. If you can stay at Boardwalk, Beach Club, Yacht Club, Swan, Dolphin, one of those hotels, when you can walk through the International Gateway at your leisure, it's amazing. Because, Mallory, we did that a bunch when we stayed for Marathon Weekend. Last year when I was running Dopey, we stayed at Boardwalk. Wasn't that nice to not have to get on a bus?
Yes, it was super nice.
So tell us about when we stayed at Boardwalk, what did you like the best about that area, being over in the Epcot Resort area?
I liked how it was, you were like on an actual boardwalk. It was kind of really nice. And I liked being by Epcot because then we could go early in the morning and then we could already be in the World Showcase. So like if you're going in the afternoon and World Showcase is open that morning, instead of rushing through the crowds by Canada and Future World, you're just already right into France. You're going over the bridge to go into France from Canada.
Absolutely.
So it's really nice.
It is. It's worth it staying there. It costs a little bit extra to stay in those Epcot area resorts. And let me tell you one thing, just a tip, which you guys probably already know. If you're looking to stay at one of the Epcot area resorts, say around New Year's Eve, because of, the big festivities that go on New Year's Eve at Epcot, or the Food and Wine Festival, those resorts book fast. So you want to book those early. So say you want to go down for Food and Wine Festival, not this year, but next year. Now's the time to book that room or that package, because those will fill up quickly, because there's nothing better than food and wine when you can just walk back to your room. It's kind of nice. Don't worry about buses. Tony says to go during Christmas and try to see all the holiday story presentations and don't climb the Mexican pavilion. Mallory, can you believe somebody climbed the pyramid one time about a year ago in Mexico? Yeah. There's a sign there that says, do not climb the pyramid. No.
Wait, did they die?
No, they didn't die. They got in trouble though. They're probably in Disney jail.
Wait, did they climb all the way to the top?
No, I don't think they got to the top. I'm sure they got them first. Nicole says you can also divide and conquer quick service foods. We'll pick our favorites and go, and some we'll get foods from Japan, some from Morocco, and some from France. We'll sit and share family style. There you go. That's the best of everything, Nicole, right there. Kind of an international buffet. I like that idea. So my favorite quick service, just so you know, is Japan, up at the top of the hill there. Not Mitsukoshi. Yeah, I'm on the spot there. The quick service in Japan. I like the fish and chips in the UK. I like Mexico. I like Morocco, the Tangerine Cafe. I like really, I can eat anywhere in World Showcase.
I like US.
Yeah, that's all you like. Yep, Vicky agrees. Voices of Liberty, they're amazing. Oh, George says aloha. Give him Shaka. He's over in Hawaii. Shaka sign to George. Aloha, Mallory.
I want to go to Alani so bad.
There you go, George. You're just making me broke, man. We're going to get over and see you, but if I've stayed Alani, I'll know what I'm going to do. But I do want to do it, trust me. David says, use the friendship boats. If you want to go from the back of World Showcase to the front of Future World, it will save your energy. Great point. This guy has never ridden one of those friendship boats through World Showcase. Now, I did fish in World Showcase this past trip, and I mean, Paige caught a fish.
No, not as
gigantic, right outside of Germany, right by Illuminations, Torch number 9. They have numbers on them. I mean, the guide even said, "Oh, she's got a monster. Get the net." So I thought the boat was going down. It was awesome. So I haven't ridden the friendship boat, but I have gone on a pontoon boat in World Showcase.
We rode a friendship boat with Pam and Steve and me and Mom.
In World Showcase across the lagoon?
Yeah, because we were getting from like Canada to or somewhere. Canada to France to meet you for ice cream, I think.
Why'd you take a boat? You could have just walked.
Because like
You're saving your steps.
You're on vacation. You don't.
You're on vacation. There you go. That's my daughter. Oh yes, the Mariachi Band in Mexico. We got to see them this past time. Mallory, we saw them. I know we were kind of in a hurry
really
to go do
good.
something. They're awesome. I love their music. It makes me crave. Los Fuentes, to be honest. But it is fun day. So
you already are having Los Fuentes.
I know, isn't that awesome? Give me 5 Los Fuentes.
I'm not eating there because I'm going to Cocomotos.
Yeah, you're going to your Girl Scout party tonight. I know. Amanda says, looking to going to Food and Wine on September 1st. Are you able to transfer quick service meal credits to snack credits? If so, how? And are you able to use snack credits at the Food and Wine? Okay, let me answer these questions. Amanda, your personal travel agent, is here. His name is Mike Roman. Yes, you can use a quick service meal credit and transfer that into 3 snacks. You got to do that all in one transaction. So you have to be where you want to get 3 snacks for that. You can't just like do one here, one here, one here. You got to do them all 3 at the same time. And you can use snack credits at Food and Wine. Just look on the menus for that little Disney Dining Plan purple logo. That'll tell you what works and what doesn't. Dennis says the Kringla Bakery Oak Cafe is a fun place to get a snack. I have a fussy eater in the family, but he liked the pastries at Norway. Interesting, Dennis, because I see that the pastries in Norway, like I'm not a big fan of school bread. I know I'm going to be shamed for that because it seems like it's a treat over at Kringla. It's a Norwegian treat. But I also like they have a pretzel there that's got kind of icing on it, but then it's got these like almond or something on it. So I'm not a big fan of that either. So I might be one of the few that I can eat Kringla, but I'm not like I won't go out of my way.
When I went there, nothing really on there.
Yeah, you don't eat much. Sherry says, I love the park at Christmas. It's awesome. Candlelight is magical. We're talking about Candlelight Processional. It's where they tell the story of Christmas from the Bible, and they have a huge, I believe, cast member and volunteer choir, and they have a full orchestra and always a celebrity narrator, somebody like John Stamos, who helped us out with the Give Kids the World. No, they don't have Taylor Swift. Oh. But they will have somebody like Neil Patrick Harris or Amy Grant has done it in the past, Marley Matlin, just other famous folks will get down there. And
Jimmy Fallon.
I don't think Jimmy Fallon does. I think he's with another park. And Nicole says, we'd love to valet park at Beach Club and grab a breakfast at Cape May, stroll through the International Gateway. Good call, because with that breakfast over at Cape May, you are able to park. Kyle says, I know you, Mike, I know you support public service employees. Zoom in on my profile pic. You might get a laugh. It's where he works. I can't do that while we're live, but I will check that out, Kyle. And if you're a public servant, as they say, thank you for doing that. I am no longer a public servant. I'm no longer a teacher. My 3rd day of not teaching. Nicole says, Norway is my favorite quick service ever. Troll horns. Their sandwiches are really good, and cheese and meat platters and Viking coffee. Spiked coffee. Yeah, I could see where Vikings might need a little giddy up in their coffee to stay warm on a cold Norwegian morning. So these are great tips. Keep them coming in. So let me ask you this. Let's do this. Let's take a quick poll real quick. We'll pop some of these up for just the next 1 minute or so, because we have about 13 minutes left in the broadcast. We're going to keep these always to 30 and keep your time there. Do you usually enter through Mexico or through the United Kingdom? Put them up on the screen. Mexico or the United Kingdom. Do you go left or do you go right if we're coming from Future World? Now, of course, if you're going in from the International Gateway, your choices would be France or the United Kingdom. But which way do you typically go if you enter Epcot from Future World? As probably, I'd say 90% of the folks do. So we'll have that poll up here and see kind of live which way most people go. Where do we usually go, Mallory? Which way? Mexico. So we have a vote for UK. And it made me think University of Kentucky there for a second, but you can tell it's almost SEC football season.
We go through Mexico because sometimes if it's a really hot day, we'll go through Mexico and then we'll go on the really cool ride. Like, not cool. Like, it's cool, but like the air cool.
Well, here's the other thing, too. I think about the way you go into World Showcase, maybe for the last decade, depends on – it's going to change because with the Ratatouille ride coming to France, which is going to be an e-ticket, probably is hard to get on as Soarin' or Test Track. If not, it'll be more in demand than those 2 rides, I would imagine. So I think a lot of folks are going to go straight back to France, and the fastest way to France would be going through the United Kingdom. Nicole says, depends on what food I'm headed for. If we want fish and chips, we go right. If we want Norway or Chinese, we go left. Never, I've only had Chinese at World Showcase once on New Year's Eve because it had the shortest line and I was starving. Can you take strollers on the friendship boats? I would believe so, Allison.
Yes,
I think so because you can on all the other ones. So
you have to collapse them.
I don't even know if you have to collapse them on the friendship boats because they're pretty big. But you might have to. But yes, you can definitely take them on the boats. Cute kids too. We'll see what else. I wanted to throw in here in the last 10 minutes or so. We talked live entertainment with Voices of Liberty and the American Music Machine. But another thing that I enjoy, and I don't know why I enjoy this guy so much. He's weird. But it's the guy in Italy with the whistle.
Oh, my gosh.
What's it, Sergio? So I think his name's Sergio. So if people don't know what we're talking about, Mallory, try to explain who Sergio is.
So he's
he's in Italy.
He's
an Italian.
Italian person. So he's an Italian person. I guess he's a comedian, kind of, because he's really funny. So he might have had comedian classes because he's super duper funny. So everybody stands by like the 3 tower thingies. I don't know what they're called. They would be called the columns for us because we're from Missouri.
Yep.
But so he'll stand there and he'll come out with this like little boat.
Yeah, it's a gondola. He's in an Italian gondola like you would see, and it's on wheels. It's a little wooden one, but he's in the middle of it.
And he'll pull it out, and he'll be blowing his whistle. I don't know how to whistle, by the way. Okay. So he'll be coming out like that, and he'll get the crowd involved, and they'll tell them to hold this. It's like a fishing net, but he uses it as a basketball thing. So he'll tell them to hold it out like this, and then he'll try to make them, and he's just super duper funny. And he has like different things in his gondola, so he'll do like different tricks every time. It's really fun.
What he is. He's physical comedy without any kind of language. He communicates through using his whistle to get people's attention, and he uses his physical movements to kind of coax you into doing what he needs you to do.
He's kind of like a mime, but with his whistle.
Yeah, he's like a mime, but he's dressed in Italian colors, and he looks like he's a gondola
instead of his hands,
chaperone. It's crazy.
He uses his whistle.
So yeah, the thing is, you'll stumble across live entertainment throughout World Showcase, like I love the drummers in Japan. And the cool thing about the drummers of Japan is that many times I enjoy their performance, but from pavilions away, I'm not necessarily right up there watching, but it gives like a heartbeat to World Showcase. I could be sitting over in Mexico having tacos outside at the cantina and hear boom, 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 boom. And I can see the drummers are starting their performance over in Japan, and it gives a feel. And one other thing I wanted to mention, so I don't forget this before we get out of here on this Friday Disney Happy Hour, is that one of the things I really missed that I think World Showcase, I know that it's busier nowadays, but at the Millennium, they had the Tapestry of Nations parade, and then it morphed into the Tapestry of Dreams. And it had some of the best music that Walt Disney World has ever seen, in my opinion. And when you had Tapestry, when it got to be about sunset or about 7:30, the Tapestry of Nations, Tapestry of Dreams parade would get ready to take to the World Showcase Promenade, and that thing would go through, and it had the carnival type puppets. It had the moving percussion instruments on the floats that the performers would play as the thing rotated, the drums. And the music there and the pageantry of that parade was incredible. Then it immediately went into Illuminations, and that was the perfect night. So I don't try to regret things that are gone, but man, that's one of the things I miss the most, and I wonder if you guys do too. Tapestry of Nations, Tapestry of Dreams.
You know what I miss the most?
What's that?
It's not on an Epcot topic, but the one parade that had the big dragon from Magic Kingdom. I really miss that parade. It's kind of sad.
Oh, Spectro Magic.
And the Festival of Fantasy.
Well, that one's still there. We just didn't see it this time. Yep, 2 o'clock now. I think it's a 2 o'clock parade instead of the 3 o'clock parade. Schedules change from time to time. Just pick one up on your way in, Allison. They will be there as you enter the park, and they're typically just 4 or 5 times a day throughout the day, usually starting around 1 until like early evening, usually done by like 7. Oh yes, what was her name? Michelle's getting ready to go down to Walt Disney World herself. What was her name? The candy lady in Japan. Remember did you ever watch her? Or was that Paige? She would take like stringy candy and make it into like dragons and cranes, and
that's cool.
Yeah, it was almost like she did basically like origami with candy.
Masayo had gave me a paper, and it's from actually Japan, so I can do origami. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. It's awesome having listeners all around the world. It's amazing, because
Japan, where I've always wanted to go as a trip.
Yeah, definitely. We've learned a lot from our international listeners, so we appreciate that so much. And Derek's with me on Tapestry. It was amazing. If you can get your hands on it, I don't know if they still sell it, but they had an Illumination CD, which was my absolute favorite when I taught sixth grade from the beginning, because I started teaching sixth grade 17 years ago now, 18 years ago, 17, no, 18. And I would play that CD every day for my class as we did silent reading. It would have Tapestry of Nations and then go right into the Illumination soundtrack. So my sixth graders from years past know that CD by heart.
My dad, his ringtone is actually...
Yep, it is Tapestry. And I have a different Disney ringtone for everybody in my address book. Yeah, she was. Oh man, does anybody remember her name? It's going to drive me crazy. This is going to drive me nuts because we talked about the candy lady all the time, and I knew her name, and I saw her perform and create this art countless times. I would stop there every time, and her name was very simple. It was one word, and if I hear it, I'll know it for sure. We got to look that up. I think she went to a different. Oh, look at that! Amanda's tuned in, watching from Australia.
My sister wants to go to Australia, so...
What do they have in Australia? What would Emily say?
Tarantulas. Oh, wallaby! I want to be a wallaby! Want to be a wallaby! Want to be a wallaby!
For some reason, Mallory and her best friend Emily always say that they want to be wallabies. I don't know where they got that. It's bizarre. No, Nicole, that's my problem too. I can't Google either. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out the candy lady. We'll put it on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. We'll pop it out there. Yeah, I think it did start with an M, but I'm thinking Masayo, which is our great friend from Japan. And I think actually Masayo had a relationship, like she knew this lady. So they talked quite a bit, but it's a shame Masayo's not here because it's probably middle of the night.
Masayo was listening.
Yeah, it's probably the middle of the night in Japan. I don't know what the time conversion is for 2:30 p.m. Central
like
time.
2:30 in the morning right now there.
It's something crazy. Yeah, but she was Mitsukoshi. No, that's the rest. That's the I shouldn't guess. I can't remember. She was amazing though. All right, so final tips. We're in the last 90 seconds here of the Disney Happy Hour here on a Friday, kicking off the weekend. Hoping you have a great one, but hope you enjoyed today's podcast. We always try to make it fun for you, but after 1,200 episodes, it's hard to come up with original ideas. We just wanted to pop this up for folks going to Food and Wine.
Knows it.
Miyuki, yes, thank you, Joanne. Miyuki, that's her. Yes, yes.
Miyuki.
Thank you, Joanne saved us because that was going to drive me absolutely bonkers this afternoon.
So did Nicole Orr.
Oh, she got okay, very good. We're going to see Nicole out in Indiana. Amanda says Wallabies. It is a special place that deserves a place at Walt Disney World somewhere. I agree. How about an Australian pavilion?
I want to be a wallaby. Want to be a wallaby out on the outback. On the
good
outback.
Stuff. Way to Google. All right. Well, it's time to sign out of here and let everybody get on with their Fridays. It's time for me to get back to work here in the final stretch of the work week, but the work never ends here on the Be Our Guest podcast. We're working on something big for you, and it's going to launch right around Labor Day. So watch, we have about 1 month until the next big thing for the Be Our Guest podcast. We're going to have a special announcement at the Indie Disney Meet for a couple things too, and we'll be live that day here on Facebook as we broadcast live from the Indie Disney Meet. Again, get out there. It's August 26th. Come on out, 12 to 7, Hamilton County Fairgrounds. See Yeehaw Bob. See Ricky, Pam, and I. See a lot of the agents from the Magic for Less.
See me.
See so many Be Our Guest podcast listeners. We're going to have a great time. Good food, free Dole Whips. See Herbie the Love Bug. I can't even remember. It's amazing. I mean, it's like going.
Are there going to be stormtroopers there?
Stormtroopers, yes. Two R2D2 and the red R2D2, and it'll be princesses. It is epic. So if you're anywhere.
Lit, guys.
It's going to be lit. So anywhere in the Midwest, come on out. August 26th, the Indie Disney Meet, raising money for Give Kids the World. Nothing better. Disney fans and doing good in the world. So we'll see you then. And don't forget these broadcasts brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. When it comes time for your next Disney vacation, drop by the Magic for Less. Let them know you heard about them here on the Be Our Guest podcast. You and I right here going to be working together to plan that next Disney vacation, which is where I'm headed right now to help out some guests. So y'all have a great weekend. Happy Friday, TGIF, and we'll see you real soon.